Hello everyone, so I am testing something out. Unless I hear directly from you guys it's not working, or that it is, I'm going to wait and hear either way or until I can get my own computer going to confirm that things have been fixed. If they have, I'll go from there, and I'll be happy. And then I might actually make it so I do stream to both YouTube and Twitch. We will see. Because if Omlet fixed it this quick, didn't tell me but fixed it, it might be worth it. We will see. But I'm not going to go into any of the major stuff until I have confirmed that we are live on YouTube. So, if anyone's on and wants me to get going on everything I'm saying, let me know if we're live. Otherwise, until I know we're live, I am not doing stuff. Other than just regular playing. But I'm not going to go into details about Community Day, or, well, not even Community Day. They've released the, one thing I did think about doing was going into details about the Brilliant event that starts next week. We do have that now. Didn't realize my port key hatched sometime, or popped sometime. And no one told me. That's okay. Now I have a whole bunch to open up. I probably will wait for Saturday to open them. So for tomorrow. Just because usually when there's a Community Day or things like that, they have some extra ways, they have extra rewards that you can get faster. So if I wait and I open them all and then I release my and then I collect everything, that would be a good thing. It does appear something's different, though, because it appears I can at least chat. In the stream chat, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do that. So, hopefully I'm live. It would be wonderful if people would let me know. If I am or not. Because my computer's being mean and taking forever. Oh, I thought of another way. Maybe I can check. Let's see, where's my remote? Looking for my remote for my TV, see if that will be faster to search it up on my TV. But it seems someone has disappeared my remote. Probably me, because I had a bad night last night, but that's okay. Aha, there it is. Let's see. So I updated my computer yesterday, and it had said it was complete, everything was good, I was on everything else. Turned my computer on this morning with no issues, and did some things for David's school. Left it, and went and did some shopping and stuff, and took David to school. Got home, this is the first time I've tried to turn it on since getting home, and it said 100 updates, 100%, and now it's saying that it's updating. Go figure. Aha! I'm live! Okay. Now I know I'm live. And it looks like my video from yesterday finally posted too. So, I can see looks like they fixed everything. So what I did is I didn't just contact Omlet. I also contacted YouTube creators on Twitter, which has been so helpful so many times to figure things out. That's the way I've been able to get the most stuff through, figured out everything else. I'm going to wait and see if we get an orange streamer. So we'll go after these yellow streamers, but I'm not going to use my cast until later tonight unless I get an orange streamer. It's not going to let me tag people, so that's okay. We'll just do it that way. And I do want to share on share there, share here, in a group, go to YouTube, let's do YouTube live stream. There! From now on I think that's the way I'm going to share, because that seems to have the YouTube link to it. That if I had, they could have figured things out sooner. So, hopefully, but hopefully they don't have to figure anything out anymore. So, For today, I'm only going live on YouTube. Well, I may flip over to Twitch sometime. We will see. But right now, YouTube's the one I was most concerned about. Because, obviously, that's the one Jen can access. So, and I know, of the ones I know, everyone can access YouTube. Not everyone can access Twitch. So, if you are can only catch me on Twitch, obviously, or through watching through Omlet, let me know. And I can see about trying to figure something else out. And until I figure out if I want to switch to, or not switch, but to use Omlet, or to stream to both Twitch and that's what I want to see. We will go right there. Come on. There. Okay, now, sometimes it works if I make sure I catch them all. Sometimes they're still there. Other times, it doesn't work at all. So, we will see. That one was caught. Yeah, I still got others here, so that's looking positive. Close this one. Close this one, close this one. Let me get this stuff while it's here. I'm sure you understand. And we will go from there. Hey, while I'm thinking about it, if any of you guys have an idea, so here's my issue. I need to figure out meals for Brad that are lower, basically to help reduce his cholesterol, especially with the diabetes. That can be a problem. That will keep him going while he's at work. But here's the issue. He can't really wait for the microwave. So it has to be something that doesn't require a microwave to warm up. Or basically doesn't need to be warmed up. Is the first section of that. Second, on top of not needing to be warmed up, he doesn't like to take a cooler with him. So, not warmed up, not in a cooler. Yes, I know the things I'm saying is already getting ridiculous. So preferably things that don't go bad sitting out at all. Then on top of that, it would be nice if it's something that he could just that we could take it, he could take in a way that he can mostly just throw it away. Hello! So if anyone has any idea of that, I'd love it. I don't know that you're going to come up with one, but that's okay. I just thought I'd throw it out because I know some of the people who watch this while I'm streaming or after are majorly into, are really good cooks and stuff. So, I just thought I'd throw it out. Now, so for Golden Warrior who just joined, welcome. Glad to have you. It looks like it is working to YouTube. I'm not sure that I can change the title while the video's going. So that's why so the reason it's titled that is for the past, since the 28th, I think it is, I have not been able to go live from Omlet to YouTube. And we were trying to get it figured out. And they had asked if I could send them the link to a video doing it. So this time I was specifically going to send this if it had an issue. I was going to send this to them while I was live, so that they could come hopefully see what was going on. But it's working, so I'm very happy. I'm going to tell them that something happened and it's working, and I'm grateful. So, next thing I need to do is go through the next Brilliant event stuff. Seeing if the title change. Okay, that might make the title be more appropriate. So let's go to Twitter. I prefer going in Twitter anyway. Search for orange heart. That's why I prefer to come here, because it's quicker. So, first year at Hogwarts, week 1. Bogrod, Monster Book of Monsters, first year shopping list, stack of cauldrons, and Gringotts Facades. And these are all Brilliant foundables, not the regular foundables. So, be aware, that's always helpful to remember. So, our encounters will be Bogrod and Monster Book of Monsters. Fortress is the Gringotts Facade. Event task is the stack of cauldrons, and first year shopping list is the portkey. So, first task, collect 2 ingredients or portmanteaus. Brew tonic for trace detection 1 time. That means Monday you're going to want to drop a trace detection tonic in your cauldron to have it ready for it. Return 5 Brilliant Monster Book of Monsters. Use Master Notes to brew faster 2 times. Brew 4 potions and collect 2 Gringotts Facade items. So that one you're going to want to, let's see, to be able to do that, if you wait to collect your trace to last, that's what I would do. I would fill your cauldron, make sure your cauldron's full, ready to go, but not finished brewing it. Basically, so you collect it, and then you can collect 2 more. So make sure there's 3 in your cauldron to collect. Your trace tonic, your trace tonic and 2 more ready to go. Preferably your 3rd one almost done when you finish with the 1st to start the 2nd. Then you can immediately use a master notes, and then use a master notes again on the next one. So you want to finish off your 3rd potion with your 1st master note, then get your 2nd, to use your master note on your 4th potion. After the trace tonic. Use Barufio's part 3, and then you'll need to collect 2 green guts Facade items, which is in the fortress as we talked about. Part 3 is Barufio's Brain Elixir 2 times, 3,000 Wizarding XP, 10 Brilliant Bogards. And the 4th is 5 Wizarding Challenges with 3 or more teammates. Place 5 images on the Brilliant event page, so wait to place your images other than your encounters, so that you can do that the quickest, and 500 XP, Wizarding XP from challenges. Your bonus events, use Trace Tonic 2 times, return 45 Brilliant Foundables, win in your highest unlocked chamber, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Brew 7 potions, and use 5 potions in Wizarding challenges. So, I said I'd talk about win in your highest unlocked chamber. Remember that tomorrow's event is Fortress. So most people have runes unlocked and generally part a tower. However, something to consider is, do you need the extra stuff? Or would you prefer to do, or not? If you don't necessarily need the stuff, or if you're looking at it or whatever, debating, don't go higher than you feel comfortable. And this is something that Britta from HP Witches Unite said, and it's really, I think it's a really smart thing. Don't go higher than you feel comfortable. You'll get a few things from Community Day, but you will miss out. You may, if you're not comfortable, it may be hard for you to get the bonus items from the Brilliant event bonus. So you need to consider if that extra so let's say you aren't comfortable above in the forest levels anywhere above Tower 5. You'll lose 5 red books, which you can get easily in the or not easily, but you can get those from Wizarding challenges, just the general registry page. Then there's Spell Energy, Ginger Root. Both those are Spell Energies all over and will be all over for Community Day. And ginger root, your ginger you can get on the map or in the greenhouse. So you will miss out on 100 coins. Remember, you can get 10 coins a day by completing all your challenges, all your daily tasks. So is that important enough to you or not? You'll miss out on 5 SOS books. SOS books you can get from placing things in your registry, in the regular registry. You'll miss out on the 30 field guides, and then which you can actually, I'll have to look there. I believe you can still get those also. I'll double check from just playing. And 2 toadstools other than energy, and toadstools you can get in the fortress. Or not the fortress, in the greenhouse, sorry. But your brilliant event, you will get 5 of, let's go look at this stuff so I'm telling you the right names. So you'll actually get 5. It's being, so 5 books that you can only get from events. So that one almost is more important, because your SOS books, or not your SOS, your field guides are the ones that not every foundable, but many foundables drop. So it's not worth it to get those if it's going to prevent you from being able to get your community, your brilliant event bonus done. So consider that when you're considering what you're going to do on Community Day. As she states, as HP Witches Unite, Britta from HP Witches Unite states, you don't have to do every event. You don't have to complete every event. What you choose to do, it's just a game. Okay, some of us try to make sure we complete everything. But it's not a have to. If there's something that, well, first of all, if it's going to prevent you from being able to progress as much, it may be worth it to wait. So if you're a lower level, you're not comfortable fighting in the fortress, even with other people, in the fortress, don't worry about completing Community Day and getting all of that, because there are plenty of other ways to get the stuff from Community Day, period. So be aware of that. Don't feel you have to do and level up on Community Day as fast as you can, only to find out that you've screwed yourself over for brilliant events. Now, if you're comfortable in fighting in all the chambers, you've seen, generally I am. It just depends on my internet. If my internet is crappy, then I am not comfortable, only because I do not want to be a burden on the others in the room. I want to do my part. And I don't feel it's fair if I'm not doing everything I can for that. So that's the only reason personally why I don't go in dark 5 all the time. So make your decision, your choice, whatever on that. And we'll go from yeah. Personally, I'm going to be doing all of Community Day. I will probably try and live stream it all. I also will be trying to figure out with some of the other WooTubers if there's a time they're going live, stuff like that, and maybe go live then. But if you are lower and would like to make sure you get in with someone who's a higher level, message me and I will work out a way for you to be able to go in, for us to be able to find each other. I have room on my friends list, and which I know many WooTubers don't, but I do. I still have room on my friends list. So if you message me, I can try and work with you to add you as a friend, and we can try and find each other in the night bus. So, if you if you're ever in and you see me, you see my username, and you are fighting in Dark 5 and something's going on, it doesn't seem like I'm doing my part or stuff, you can assume that what's going on is my internet's being stupid. And if you watch some of the, I'd say I was going to say if you watch, but I'm not sure. I don't think all of those videos have saved. I think some of those videos are the ones that have kind of disappeared. So what happened there, I've gone live every day but Sunday since the 28th, when I figured out it would let me stream from home. The problem I came across was it didn't save any of them. So, anyone watching, if you have anything you would like to talk about, to discuss, so everyone knows, the way my channel works is I want it to be a channel of friends. That's part of the reason I go live, is it's a opportunity for everyone that's in my subscriber list, whatever, to say hi to each other, etc. To talk amongst the people watching as well as with me. Not just a lot of the videos that aren't live, it's a lot harder to get a conversation going between people. You ask a question, then you have to wait quite a while, then, yeah, type thing. Whereas this way, you ask, everyone can see, and everyone can answer, and stuff like that. And even if I got bigger, I'd still allow that. Just so people are aware my feelings. Now, sometime in the next few days, I don't go live on Sundays. So, possibly today, possibly tomorrow, possibly Monday or Tuesday, depending on demand, what things I have to talk about, whatever else. I really want to do a thing on Animagus's video. I actually had streamed day before yesterday, I believe it was. So, Tuesday or Wednesday, I can't remember. But it was Tuesday. It was Wednesday, not Tuesday. It was Wednesday. I was on for an hour and 20 minutes talking about mental health, my life experiences, in relation to that. And really, my feeling was that this is a really good chance for people to come out and let people know how many do suffer with some type of mental illness or another, to see that it's not rare. And as a idea of it not being rare, when I was in school, they said 1 in 4 people had mental illness of one type or another, usually depression. That means 25% of the country, if that number is right, has a mental illness. That would mean you definitely know someone with mental illness. I am not sure if that's the numbers they're using now or what numbers they're using now. I'm trying to actually pull up NAMI.org to see if they give a number. But I do know it's not rare. 1 in 5. So 20% rather than 25. And then another question becomes there is, some people don't seek help for the mental illnesses. Mental illness is one of those things that is underdiagnosed because people are afraid of the stigma, won't seek help, etc. Also, there's some things that can initiate, and I talked about this in that video, and I will when I talk about it more. But some things can bring on issues that you may not be aware of. And so you may not appear to have any form of mental illness, and then certain things happen, and then you're diagnosed with it. So, that 1 in 5, I think, probably is even higher. So, and obviously right now is a time when when more that may have been coping appropriately beforehand and have just be dealing with mental illness with learned coping mechanisms. Those coping mechanisms may no longer work because of everything going on in the world right now. And so then more people may end up diagnosed from that too. So let me know. I would like to know if you guys would like me to stream to Twitch, to find a way to stream to both at the same time. Or I do, from what I can tell, once you become a affiliate, I think it is, but the first level, you kind of have to be more aware, and you cannot stream to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. You have to, when you stream to Twitch, you have to wait for 24 hours and then you can share it to YouTube. So that's something to take into consideration also. So let me know your feelings there. Once I finish catching everything, I am going to try and go in the fortress. For anyone who has never watched one of my streams before, when I can, I usually stream driving around or going for a walk or things like that. That's been a little bit... I haven't been able to do that as much since having caught COVID-19. But I still try to do that. So, there is that. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear them. For anyone who may be watching. And many times I may have kids in the vehicle with me or things like that. That is a big reason why my streams are more live. Or another reason is there's only so much I can do. And going live is something I can do, but the time to edit, to come up with ideas, edit, etc. For anyone who doesn't know, that is a lot of work. And honestly, I wanted to do this 6 days a week, and I do not know how I would possibly be able to do 6 days a week live streaming. Or, I mean, not live streaming, do 6 days a week videos. One, keep them interesting. And two, all the editing and everything that goes along with that. Even if I, once in a while, if I think of something, like I wanted to do the Foundables, I am trying to find all the comments that the dialogue from previous Brilliant events. I'd like to get all those together into one video and read it, or so we can read it. I'd also like to do the same with all the other dialogue that we've had from the game. So if you'd like to see that and you happen to have screenshots, I'd love to see them. I am working on it, but obviously that one takes a lot more work. Than even the Brilliant event one did, because I wasn't thinking in advance. And even if you have some from this time, there were a few of the dialogues that I got after in the past, or that basically my phone jumped through some of the dialogues when I was going after them. So I don't have all of the dialogues even for this year. I have most of them for this year, but not all of them. So there's that. Okay. Let's come collect everything, but, well, actually I can collect that too because I used it. Okay, I tried to be careful on collecting that one because you only have so much room. Obviously my inns and my greenhouses, I don't have room for any more than what it gives. So I tried to keep in the habit of double checking that. Now, my energy. I'm sure you can see it's claiming that I'm low energy for fighting here. Trust me, I'm not. It's because I did the SOS challenge or upgrade, and it wants to try and claim I'm low. It gets frustrating having to go in and change your profession and then change it back and etc. So we will see. Right now, personally, for a perfect team in my mind, I would like to see 2 more Aurors and 1 more Professor. Dark 4, I need to have at least 1 more Auror. Let's see if we get an Auror. We've got 3 of us. See if the others bail too. I hate when they do that. Because if I bail now, that person's going to end up in there by themselves without any assistance. And we are basically going to be fighting to be able to get through. Okay. I'm leaving. Because she did jump. She took that off. He or she. Oh, except I lost it because I didn't leave in time. Oh well. I tried to leave. If that group had had at least 1 Auror, 1 Professor, and me, as a Magi, I would have stayed as long as the others stayed. But where they didn't, it's a lot harder to try and beat with missing a profession. Okay, let's leave, pick up this energy, go after these things just because. Okay. Oh, look, we got 2 more energies here. Get that much closer to full. That way, if I do find a good bus that people are on, I can be on it for a while. And I will. When I find a good bus, I will stay on that bus until it's not good or until my energy's below 100. Okay, I would like, a perfect team would be a professor or a professor. But if I at least get a professor and 1 or 2 other people, I will stay. So part of the other reason I don't want to do major videos, I actually, on top of live streaming, okay, see, I'll stay now. I'm just waiting to see if we get 1 other person. And that's literally all I'm waiting for now, is to see if we get 1 other person. To give someone else a chance. I'm going to hit join just because we're taking forever. And the others are still holding for that. It would be nice to get... See, and that I don't like when that happens. That was not right. And that's why I won't do that. You saw where I was at. You know, when I left, it was... Well, I can't say I won't do that. But, well, actually, yeah, where they had hit join, or if they've hit join, then I'll stay. So it looks like we need 1 other person. And because I'm not the top person, I'm going to hit join right now just to let them know I'm going to stay. If we start losing people, okay, whatever. But we'll see. I hope we don't. Cool. This is, to me, a perfect team. Bad thing is there's a... So the elite, I will wait... Always wait if possible to go after the elites. But they aren't waiting. So I have to use one of these, which is going to actually reduce my ability to do anything. So my only option is to go after that elite. So that's one thing to be aware of. Is I am not going to hit this guy as hard as I could hit him if they hadn't insisted on going after the elite. So instead, now there may be people out there dying, but because I know where I'm at energy-wise, or focus-wise, I am not going to worry about jumping back out to check. That may sound bad. I usually, when I'm going after an acro, if I know I've got the focus out, if I haven't had to do that, I've got focus to do it, I'll be jumping out to check on you. But because because of it, you saw I had to worry more about my focus level. Okay, now I'm going to hit this guy harder, but here's the way I do it. 2, like this. Now they were really low out there, some of them, so jump back out and wait. And is red going? Yes, red is in a fight. And that's what I was waiting for. So part of the other reason I'm going after this right now is, even with my elite thing, so purple, is purple after anyone? Yes, but still got, oh, look, I can do this. That'll make it easier. And this. Okay, now I can go finish off. So if your Magi is in and out and in and out, one of two things could be happening. One thing that I have had happen is the game messed up at one point, and I've had a number of times the game literally. I turned that down so I can save power. So I can do this easier, because right now I'm plugged in. So I've had times the game will let me hit it 1 to 3 times and that's it. Come on, realize I'm out here. Would you realize I'm out here and come go after your own thing? It does upset me when they keep going after mine. Theirs is out here. I can't touch theirs. I've dropped healing energy on them. A big one, so they know I'm out here. But they're going to insist on taking it out. And taking time. Because I'm not going to go after the werewolf. The hardest ones to beat of the professors are the werewolf, of the magies are the acro, and of the horrors is the Death Eater. So if you are a professor, the best thing you can take out is your werewolves. Take out your werewolves before you take out your... Well, take out your pixies right at first, because you can get rid of them quick. But then take out your professors, take out your pixies, and magies, take out your earthlings. Once you've reached that point where 7 foes have been defeated, professors, take out your werewolves, horrors, take out your Death Eaters, and magies, take out your acros. That's where the first choice you should go for. Then if that first choice isn't there, obviously if you're in the under 7 foes, then you go after either way, you go after the other one. So if you're under 7 foes, you prioritize Earthling and then Acromantula. If you're over, you prioritize Acromantula, then Earthling. Once you have those done, then you go to the ones you're neutral against. So, for magies, you would go after the Death Eaters first of that group of your neutrals. So magies, once you've taken yours out, you go after Death Eaters is your next priority, then Dark Wizards, then Earthlings, then werewolves. Sometimes, though, I have found going after an Earthling is either easier than going after a Dark Wizard. Going after a Death Eater, not a Dark Wizard. Sometimes going after an Earthling is easier than going after a Death Eater. So I will look at who's in the team. And if I have... And what's out. If I have more pixies, and I don't mean Earthlings, I mean pixies are easier than the Death Eaters, sorry. So if I have more pixies than I have professors, but I have enough horrors to take out Death Eaters, Dark Wizards, I will go after pixies. However, if I have enough professors to go out, if I take a pixie, it'll leave a professor with having to go after a Death Eater or a Dark Wizard. I will go after the Death Eater or the Dark Wizard, because they are weak against those. So take that into consideration. If you're a magi and you're in a battle with just professors, you need to go ahead and take out the acros because you're strongest against them, but then go after the Death Eaters. It's frustrating as heck because you're weaker against them than you are against your others, but do not take out your Earthlings if you're in a battle with just you and professors, because they are weak against both the Death Eaters and the Dark Wizards, and so they will have a lot harder time getting rid of them than they will be able to get rid of your Earthlings, and your Earthlings the same as you are able to get rid of your Death Eaters. They are able to get rid of the Earthlings the same as you are the Dark Wizards. So, when you take that into account, if you're in a room as a magi with just professors, you need to be go ahead and go after your acros, because that will be a lot faster. But then go after the Death Eaters. Once you've got the Death Eaters done, then you go after your Dark Wizards, and then after your Earthlings, because it's so much harder for them. The reason I say take out the Acromantula is because of how extremely difficult it is. It'll be easier, from my experience, going after Death Eaters versus Pixies, and I've heard the same is for the others. It's actually easier for me to take out a Pixie than a Death Eater. And so I will so if I'm in with just professors, even though they are weak against Dark Wizards, and they're supposedly neutral against Acromantulas, I will take the Acromantula over the Death Eater, because from what I can tell, they will be able to beat the Death Eater easier than the Acromantula, and I can take the Acromantula out. So I prefer to do that than be stuck with, and case in point also, if there are no Acromantulas, I will immediately go after the Death Eaters. Sometimes I'll even leave Acromantulas and go after Death Eaters if there's only professors and magis in the room. Just because the professors, it's going to take the professor forever to get rid of it, to defeat it. So, be aware of what type of team you're in with, the strengths and weaknesses of each one, because that obviously can make a huge difference. And that's especially helpful for if anyone's watching that really hasn't done much or hasn't experienced as much in the dark chambers, etc. Especially in dark chambers. Okay, we're at 22. That's good. Sorry. Especially in the dark chambers, that's something to, especially the higher ones, that's really something to be aware of. Is what your team, the makeup of your team. If you have 3 of something, that third, whatever that profession is, better plan on going after things from other professions. And better make their plan on, they better plan on, let's say it's 3 magies. They better plan on taking out some pixies, taking out some Death Eaters, and maybe taking out some Dark Wizards. Because assuming that means you have 1 Auror and 1 Professor. Hopefully you have that. If you have 3 Magies and 2 Professors, you better know you're going to be fighting all that the Magi zoologists are going to be fighting all of the Death Eaters and Dark Wizards. If you're in a room and there's 3 professors and 1 Magi and 1 Auror, the professor better plan on taking out some of the Earthlings, some of the Death Eaters, and maybe some of the Dark Wizards. Or not Dark Wizards, Acromantulas. If you have 3 Aurors, the Aurors better plan on taking out some of the Earthlings, some of the Pixies, and maybe some of the Werewolves. Because assuming you have a Auror and a Professor, they're going to be busy and have too many. So just keep that in mind. That's why we say if you're the 3rd one in of your profession and there's time on the clock, leave. Or at least, 30, 45, either of those, leave. Obviously, if you're down to seconds left, go ahead and stay, because it'll be easier for them to have that group of 3 than to not have anything. So to have a full group of 5, than to have a group of 4 that's unbalanced. Or even that's balanced, and that's almost even worse. So, if you're in a battle, and your profession has 2, and the other professions, or one other profession has 2, and one has 1, so the best. So like this one, if one of these doesn't leave, they better plan on taking out, and that's what happens when one of them doesn't jump. But if that had stayed, and I waited to see where all of them staying and would the other Magi stay. If that did happen, the Aurors would have to plan on taking out some of the Professor stuff. Anyway, so let's say you've got a 2-2-1 group. Let's say the 1 is an Auror. The Magi's better plan on helping the Auror out. And the Professor's helping the Magis out if they need it, because they're helping out the Aurors. If there's 1 Professor, the Aurors better be helping out the Professor, and the Magi's helping out the Aurors if they need it. If there's 1 Magi, the professor should be helping out the Magi, and the Aurors helping out the Magi if they need it. So, honestly, my experience has been generally, if I'm your Magi, unless there's a lot, I'm not necessarily going to need help. Be aware, generally, someone should be able to take out 3 to 4 in their time. So if you see there's only a total of 3 total of the Magi stuff, and there's only 1 Magi, don't go after their stuff, because then they're going to have to go after whatever is lopsided. So what I do is, if there's I always check what's on the screen, and I check what professions there are. So let's say I check and there's 2 Aurors, and there's 3, there's enough that both those Aurors can finish the battle they're in and each take something, and then there'll still be another, each take a Death Eater or a Dark Wizard, and there'll still be 1 more. At that point, I will take 1. I will take a Dark Wizard if at all possible, and the lowest Dark Wizard I can, because there's more. However, and I'll check the professor, if there's 2 professors, I'll check the professors. I'll check the Orf, and I'll check for Urklings. So I'll check Death Eaters and, not Death Eaters, Dark Wizards and Pixies. And then see how many things. So I'll first check Death Eaters, see how many Aurors there are, other things for Aurors versus how many Aurors. And that'll be my first priority. Second priority, I'll look if there isn't a Dark Wizard for me to go after, and leave the Aurors with something to go after when they finish theirs. I'll check for Pixie. After, obviously, I've gone after mine. I won't even look if there's something of my profession and we have at least 1 of every profession. If we have at least 1 of every profession, I'm going to clear out all of mine first. Then, like I said, I'll go check for the ones I'm neutral against, which to me, neutral, even though it's not true, is, or it's not supposed to be true, but in my experience it kind of is. Dark Wizard is first priority for me. Pixie is second. Death Eater is third. And Werewolf is fourth. And honestly, I will sit. If I can. If there's time, I will sit and wait to see if the professor is going to step up and do their job. If there's any way, or if the Aurors will jump in to help the professor. I will only go after a werewolf if I absolutely have to. I see no other way. Because that's kind of, that one is very, 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 very difficult for me to beat in Dark 5. In fact, there was one I was going against months ago that really proved the point. It was like I hit that thing about 10 times and it barely was touched. I lost that chamber specifically because of that. So, if this one does not, if I can't find one pretty quickly, a night bus with people fighting in the chamber, in the Dark 5 chamber, I will stop the stream and let you guys go. I may see about jumping on later on Twitter. Or not Twitter, Twitch. But you guys can see how long it takes me to find someone fighting. I have had times I will try to get in for over an hour with someone using the recommended way to get in. And with them beaming the whole time, can't find them. But generally, if you try and find me, if I'm beaming, a lot of people say I'm pretty easy to find. So I don't know if I'm considered a starter, a night bus starter, or what. Like if I'll open up another another stop on the night bus because I go in, or what? But it seems to be that is commonly what's experienced. And I've heard of other people like that. They will go in and in and in and in and in and can't find people. But people try and find them and can immediately find them. Okay, once I clear everything out, we will try one more time with the night bus to see if I can find someone to fight with. And if not, then I will let you guys go. Not that I'm keeping you here anyway, but no one's saying anything, so. Since Golden Warrior said something. It's kind of positive. We have an ore. We have 2 ores. We need 2 professors. Or a professor and a magi, but preferably 2 professors. That was what's recommended. Because if you look at the time on the clock, you look at who was in, that would have left quite a bit of things for the ores staff to help the professor out with. Even, and I'm just going to throw this out, I thought it was kind of what the heck. I was in one time, and I actually had 4, can't remember if it was ores or professors, but 4 of them. Okay. It didn't fill up. So, I will see you guys later. I am going to show you, see friends, I have 91 of 200.